Hello, passionate Celtic supporters. It's another day at Celtic Central News, your home for all things Celtic, and today there's plenty to unpack from the whirlwind of events surrounding the club. First off, a big welcome to everyone who's recently joined the community. Your support genuinely keeps this going, and it's fantastic to see so many new faces tuning in. Now, diving straight into the thick of it, the topic that's dominated conversations and stirred quite a few nerves in recent days revolves around Wilfried Nancy and his position as manager. Rumours flew across social media and football chatter that Nancy might be on the brink of leaving the club. But as often happens in the world of football, much of what circulated was part fact, part speculation, and part outright misinterpretation. To set the record straight, Celtic are not currently discussing terminating Nancy's contract. Despite a difficult run of 4 consecutive defeats, the first time the club has endured such a streak in nearly half a century, the board remains firmly behind him, signaling a commitment to stability rather than reactionary decisions. Reports from multiple sources, including prominent sports networks, confirm that Paul Tisdale, who is currently on holiday, has been keeping in close contact with club staff, focusing on preparations for the upcoming January transfer window. This underlines that the strategic vision for the club is ongoing, with an emphasis on building a squad capable of challenging in the long term rather than making hasty decisions based on a short series of results. Consequently, Wilfried Nancy remains in charge for the next fixture against Aberdeen on Sunday, and it's clear that the club intends to maintain continuity through what has undeniably been a testing period. Fans' concerns are understandable. Afadiu, 4 defeats on the trot is tough to swallow, Hannah, particularly at a club with Celtic's history and expectations. Yet, as Michael Nicholson, the club's CEO, highlighted in a recent interview, there's a broader perspective at play. Nicholson acknowledged the challenges, recognized supporters' frustrations, and emphasized that the club's mission involves a step-by-step approach. His message to the fan base was clear. The team and management require patience and support to execute the vision effectively. Nicholson's focus is not solely on short-term results, but on a longer-term project, encompassing recruitment strategies for both the winter and summer transfer windows, which reflects a commitment to strategic development rather than knee-jerk decisions. Reading between the lines of Nicholson's statements, it's apparent that while the early results have been disappointing, the club is invested in giving Nancy and his staff the time and resources necessary to shape the squad and instill a sense of identity on the pitch. That said, the situation remains fragile. Celtic are effectively operating on a game-to-game basis under Nancy, with every upcoming fixture carrying significant weight in shaping perceptions of his tenure. The looming challenge against Aberdeen could either signal a potential revival or further entrench the difficulties experienced so far. In the broader context, fans are acutely aware that momentum is crucial, and each match provides both a test and an opportunity for the squad to demonstrate cohesion, resilience, and tactical understanding. While there are glimpses of promise in certain passages of play, the overarching concern remains that the squad has yet to fully embrace the manager's approach, and results so far indicate there's still considerable work to be done. Off the pitch, there are additional stories adding to the atmosphere of uncertainty. The situation involving Stevie Woods, the club's goalkeeping coach, has captured attention, with speculation circulating about his future since Nancy's arrival. Multiple sources have hinted at potential changes in his role, with reports suggesting that last night may have marked his final match in that capacity. While nothing has been officially confirmed, The volume of commentary and indirect references from trusted individuals suggest that a change is imminent. If Stevie Woods does depart, it would not only represent a significant shift within the coaching setup, but could also have repercussions on player morale, particularly among goalkeepers who have long-standing connections with him. The relationship between coaching staff and senior players is pivotal, and any alteration in personnel, especially someone as established as Woods, will inevitably ripple through the dressing room and potentially affect on-pitch performances. Meanwhile, the discussion around Callum McGregor has also reignited following recent developments linked to Brendan Rodgers' move to the Saudi Pro League side Al Qadsiya. Speculation suggests that Rodgers may be interested in bringing McGregor to the Middle East, given their previous working relationship. McGregor, now in his early 30s and under a contract running until 2028, represents a central figure in the squad both in terms of leadership and experience. Any potential transfer would require careful consideration from the club, weighing the financial aspects against the value of retaining a player who embodies stability, continuity, and identity within the team. McGregor's influence extends beyond the pitch. His presence commands respect in the dressing room, and his leadership helps navigate the challenges of a turbulent season. While the financial allure of a move abroad is clear, the club must assess not just immediate monetary gain, but also the long-term impact on squad harmony and competitive ambitions. In terms of emerging talents, attention has turned to the performances of younger squad members like Hunin Yang, whose form has been a subject of scrutiny and renewed interest from other clubs. Yang, still in his early 20s, has recently shown signs of development, offering glimpses of the potential that initially attracted attention. Celtic face the delicate task of balancing squad stability with individual opportunities, particularly during the January transfer window when the temptation to cash in or make adjustments is strong. Ensuring adequate depth on the wings, maintaining competitive balance, and fostering growth for emerging players will be essential considerations as the club navigates this mid-season period. So at the same time, senior players like Luke McCauley have voiced their frustration and emotional response to the ongoing struggles. McCauley's candid reflections on the team's morale and collective spirit reveal a squad grappling with confidence and cohesion, underscoring the psychological dimension that accompanies tactical and technical challenges. Amidst all these dynamics, the atmosphere around Celtic remains tense, charged with anticipation for each upcoming fixture, speculation on managerial decisions, and uncertainty regarding the future of key personnel. Fans are acutely aware that the next few matches will be critical, not only in terms of league standings, but also in establishing whether the current trajectory can be redirected positively. Every defeat or victory carries weight beyond the immediate points. It shapes the narrative of the season, influences supporters' sentiment, and impacts the broader perception of the club's direction under Wilfried Nancy. The team's resilience, the manager's strategic approach, and the board's decisions all intertwine, creating a complex web of factors that will define the immediate months and potentially set the foundation for longer-term stability or further turbulence. Moving on from the immediate concerns around the squad, it's impossible not to notice the atmosphere among the players themselves, which has been visibly strained. Observers and insiders have commented on a sense of frustration and unease permeating the dressing room. Luke McCauley's recent remarks, for instance, provide a window into the collective mood. The players are feeling pressure, not just from results, but from the expectations that come with wearing the Celtic shirt. They've spoken about needing to back one another fully, yet there's a tangible sense that confidence is waning and that self-belief is being tested at every turn. This, coupled with the weight of historical expectations and the intensity of Scottish football, means that even minor missteps on the pitch are magnified, leaving players under constant scrutiny from supporters and pundits alike. It's an environment that demands resilience, and at this point in the season, the mental strength of both squad and staff is being tested as much as their technical and tactical abilities. As for Wilfried Nancy, the challenge of uniting a squad and instilling a clear style of play has been met with mixed results. There have been glimpses of structured attacking movement and flashes of defensive solidity, but consistency has been elusive. The four-match losing streak is the most immediate and visible symptom of the ongoing adjustment process, yet the manager is attempting to balance short-term results with the longer-term evolution of the team. His approach has been methodical, seeking to implement principles that will ideally benefit the team over the course of the season and beyond. However, this requires patience from all parties, and the reality is that at a club of Celtic's stature, patience is often in short supply. Fans and commentators alike are quick to scrutinize, and the pressure to deliver wins is relentless. Nancy's ability to maintain authority, motivate players, and adapt tactically will be crucial as the team navigates this turbulent period. The upcoming fixture against Aberdeen is particularly telling. On paper, it's an opportunity to halt the slide and reintroduce momentum, yet it's far from a guaranteed victory. Celtic have struggled to impose themselves in recent matches, and the question of whether the squad can rise to the occasion against a team that is often underestimated adds another layer of intrigue. Every game now feels pivotal, with each result shaping the narrative for both manager and players. Success in this match could provide a morale boost and a platform to build on, but another defeat would intensify scrutiny and could fuel calls for change. It's the type of situation where football psychology becomes as important as tactics. How players respond under pressure, how the team mentality holds up, and how leadership both on and off the pitch is exercised will be decisive factors. Parallel to on-field concerns, speculation surrounding individual players continues to dominate discussion. Callum McGregor's situation, for example, remains delicate, with Brendan Rodgers now in Saudi Arabia and reportedly interested in reuniting with McGregor. Celtic face a complex scenario. McGregor, a veteran presence and captain, is not just a midfielder. He is a figurehead whose influence extends across the squad and into the wider club culture. Selling him would involve balancing the financial incentive against the intangible loss of leadership and experience. McGregor's own stance is crucial. Whether he chooses loyalty to the club, sees an opportunity abroad, or believes he can endure and thrive under Nancy's management will significantly affect how Celtic handle any approach. The club's board must weigh not only the practicalities of contracts and transfer fees, but also the impact on squad morale and long-term planning. Losing a player of McGregor's stature could disrupt the dressing room and unsettle the cohesion that remains fragile after the recent run of defeats. Meanwhile, the situation with the coaching staff, particularly Stevie Woods, adds another layer of complexity. His departure, if confirmed, would represent the loss of a long-serving figure who has cultivated relationships with players over nearly 2 decades. For goalkeepers like Kasper Schmeichel, who have developed strong professional bonds with Woods, his absence could affect confidence and performance. The timing of any exit coming so soon after Nancy's arrival could also cast a shadow over the new manager's initial period in charge, with questions emerging about stability and continuity within the coaching structure. It's an intricate balance. The club must navigate necessary changes while maintaining trust and alignment among players and staff, ensuring that disruptions do not further destabilize an already delicate situation. Looking ahead to January, the transfer window represents both opportunity and challenge. Recruitment decisions will need to address weaknesses exposed in recent matches, particularly in attacking support and defensive resilience. However, the club also faces the reality that incoming players must adapt quickly to the pace and pressure of Scottish football, while existing players must regain form and confidence. Integrating new signings without destabilizing the group requires careful management, and Nancy, together with the board and recruitment team, will need to balance short-term needs with long-term objectives. The January window could provide a chance to reinforce the squad, alleviate pressure on key players, and inject fresh energy, but it also carries risk. Unsuccessful acquisitions or misjudged signings could exacerbate existing challenges rather than solve them. Before we proceed, subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to receive all exclusive news about Celtic FC. Don't miss any details about your favorite team. It's extremely important for Celtic FC fans. There's a murmur growing louder around Parkhead, and it's the kind the Green Brigade like to hear. Whispers from inside Lennoxtown suggest that Dyson Maida, a name spoken with respect in the Celtic dressing room, has made it clear he wants out. Officially, there's been silence. Unofficially, the word doing the rounds is that the wingers had enough and has asked to move on, a development that's left punters rubbing their eyes in disbelief. Maida isn't just another shirt in the squad. By all accounts, he's a tone setter, the sort of player whose graft and intensity drag others up to speed. Teammates see him as a standard bearer, a quiet authority who speaks through his work. That's why this rumor cuts deep. If a figure like that is questioning his future, it hints at tensions bubbling under the surface, frustrations that go beyond minutes on the pitch. Sources close to the situation paint a picture of a player feeling he's reached a ceiling, torn between loyalty to the hoops and a desire for a fresh challenge. There's talk of interest elsewhere, of agents fielding calls, of a sense that now might be the moment to cash in on hard-earned reputation. Nothing concrete, mind, just the kind of chatter that fills the gap when a club says nothing and fans are left to read between the lines. Supporters are split. Some reckon it's all brinkmanship, a nudge to the board ahead of big decisions. Others fear the writings on the wall, that the dressing room could lose one of its most relentless workers. In Glasgow, rumours have a habit of snowballing, and this one's gathering pace by the hour. For now, it remains speculation, but the shockwaves are real enough. If Maida does push the issue, Celtic will face a delicate call: stand firm and risk unrest, or listen to the player and reshape the squad. Until clarity comes, Parkhead holds its breath, wondering how a story that started as a whisper could change the mood of an entire support. Hello, fan, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as it means a lot to Celtic FC. Also, share your opinion about the news in the comments below. See you in the next video.